Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be covering the Superman movie and basically all the news surrounding the CinemaCon event that just took place in Las Vegas. So we're going to go through the most up-to-date information regarding the movie. We also have some great images on set of the cast and James Gunn as well. So plenty of goodies and information to break down here in regards to the upcoming Superman movie. So without further ado, let's jump in, let's break down the CinemaCon event and see what happened with the Superman project. So, Superman CinemaCon, new footage, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, and more. Yeah, I could not be more excited for this, guys. I mean, the start of a brand new universe. I think David Corenswet's going to kill it. I'm still not 100% sold on the costume. I mean, this image looks pretty cool. I think it will grow on us once we've seen the movie and we've sort of seen the costume in context, in action. I think people will have a lot more appreciation for the costume. Sometimes when you see the images of the new suit in certain pictures, it looks a bit goofy, and I can understand why people are a bit apprehensive, especially with the trunks on the outside. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's start breaking down this information. So the Warner Brothers presentation is presently taking place. Obviously, this happened yesterday at CinemaCon in Las Vegas, which includes Superman. It's confirmed the DCU co-heads, James Gunn and Peter Safran, are at the event, along with David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult. Obviously, Rachel Brosnahan playing Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor. So, updates we're getting include the Superman CinemaCon presentation. It showed off behind-the-scenes sizzle reel. We're going to break down the sizzle reel. We have a description of it. We don't actually have the footage itself, but we have a breakdown in the description, and we'll get to that in just a minute. New looks at Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl and Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho are shown off through set images. So, quote, "This character is noble and he's beautiful," said Gunn in the video. About the David Corenswet Superman, it's the beginning of a whole new adventure and a whole new universe. Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to the amount of pressure that must be on James Gunn's shoulder to knock this movie out of the park. And I've said countless times now on the channel, this first Superman movie of this brand new universe is not going to make much money at the box office because of the DC track record with the DCEU. Obviously, it got plowed into the ground. It was diminishing returns. It was making less and less box office. So this first DCU movie isn't going to make a lot of money, but it needs to nail it with the critics and the audience, and it needs to be a great movie. The profits and the money will come later on as more subsequent DCU movies come out. That's my theory anyway. I could be wrong. This movie could end up making loads of money, but I don't think it will. Anyway, so let's get into the Superman CinemaCon updates here. Gunn, Corenswet, Brosnahan, and Hoult. So David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Hoult took to the stage. Gunn said, "Back in 2018, I was first offered Superman. I didn't know if I could. It seemed hard, but it stuck with me. Then one day it hit me. Creating a story that is utterly human and fantastic." If I was a director and I was offered Superman or any of the big superheroes, I would be absolutely terrified because on the one hand, the upside to it is your name is going to go down in history as a director who directed a Superman movie. You're forever going to be marked in Hollywood as having directed a Superman movie. I mean, that's incredible. Your name will never be forgotten when it comes to Hollywood history. But on the flip side, if you try to direct a Superman movie and you absolutely just wreck Superman, the character, and your movie just bombs, you're going to be known as the director who bombed at a Superman movie. So, I mean, the ups and downs with taking on the job of directing a Superman movie are pretty significant. It would be a hard decision to make, that's for sure. So they described how they shot a scene walking through a field at night. The moon was shining and the cape was flapping in the wind. Rachel Brosnahan turns to David Corenswet and says, "Dude, you're fucking Superman." She also said, "There is something in it for everyone. The cool thing about Superman is he is a cool guy who does the right thing, and it's the right thing to do because it's the cool thing to do." Yeah, they've talked about how this movie is kind of old-fashioned, where Superman has this old-fashioned kindness in a world that doesn't really see kindness as being cool anymore. And yeah, so it very much sounds like he's a figure out of time almost. He's almost like a old-fashioned Superman in a modern world. That doesn't really care about people the same way that he does. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of fish out of water story is going to happen. So, quote, "It's a great honor to play the role and it's so clearly in the public consciousness. You know what his symbol means. It feels like you're riding a tidal wave of good vibes and creative choices," said Corenswet. "It's not a job, it's the one thing you want to be doing all the time." Nicholas Hoult said the following: "My first memory is is David dressed as Superman. I felt like I was witnessing magic of cinema in first person. I had this warmth in my tummy and stupid little grin on my face. I'm so excited to show this movie to my son. There are so many magical moments in this movie. I can't wait to see Nicholas Holt's portrayal of Lex Luthor. In the trailers, he looks so good. I think he's going to nail it. The guy is such a great actor, and I think he's going to do a really fantastic rendition of the Lex Luthor character. So, Corin Sweat also told CinemaCon attendees that the only other DC character he would play is Batman. Gunn also teased pocket universes in the DCU. So that's a pretty fascinating concept there that he's spoken about, pocket universes in the DCU. So it sounds like we're going to have different, when he says pocket universes, does he mean like different Earths with different versions of characters? So we could be seeing alternate versions of Batman, alternate versions of Superman, maybe like a Superman Red Sun story, or, you know, something along those lines, where we're going to get different iterations of the characters that are in their own self-contained universes. That would be pretty damn cool. To have like a evil Justice League universe, that would be awesome. I would love to see that, but I'm so excited to see what they have planned for these pocket universes going forward. So, Corin Sweat continued, and he said his hopes for Superman movie is that fans want to see it again. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of repeat viewings to get that box office to go up. Take your family, take your friends, take your grandparents, take your kids, everyone you can think of, and let's try and support this movie the best way we can. So, a new scene has been shown for CinemaCon. James Gunn accidentally called CinemaCon Comic-Con, then said CinemaCon is so much better than Comic-Con. Yeah, I mean, when you turn up to all these different events, I mean, obviously it's easy to get confused with the name. I completely understand that. He's not the only one to make mistakes when it comes to different names, but that's neither here nor there. So this was the description here of the new Superman footage that was shown at CinemaCon. So, opens with Superman crash landing. Crypto charges and jumps on Superman, hurting him. He just wants to play. A new score plays. Fortress of Solitude rises from the ground. S-shaped door is revealed. Crypto drags Superman inside. So it's a little bit of a variation on the trailer we already had with Crypto dragging the injured Superman. Superman robots rush in to help. Superman thanks the robots. Superman has multiple injuries. Robots use yellow sun energy to heal him. Superman screams in pain. Lois interviews Superman as Clark Kent. In the fortress, Superman gets upset at Crypto for making a mess. The robots don't like Crypto. Crypto cries when Superman leaves. So it sounds like Crypto is going to be left in the Fortress of Solitude for whatever reason, because Crypto can obviously fly, so why does he not sort of fly away and leave with Superman when Superman also leaves? There must be a reason why Superman leaves him behind in the Fortress of Solitude. But yeah, so that's a small kind of description there of the footage that they played at CinemaCon. Like I already said, it's a variation on that trailer that we already had with the kind of Arctic scene of Crypto dragging the injured Superman, but we get a little bit more of a description here with the S logos on the door, and the robots kind of rushing in to help him and being healed by the yellow sun energy, which is pretty cool. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out in the movie. But guys, you see this news, you see these images of CinemaCon. What do you think about the new description of the footage? Does it get you more excited? And what do you think about these images of the cast on set? And yeah, just drop your thoughts down below and let me know what you think about this information, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far. Goes a long way to supporting the content. And as always, I will see you in the next video.